Since I was 16, I've shot film, and I have ever since then. I looked through the stuff that I was making, I archived all my negatives, and some of the stuff was just abysmal. I think there's a learning curve to film. When I left my A-levels, I ended up becoming the manager of a photo lab when I was about 19, 20. And I saw a lot of different formats coming in, a lot of different things that people were doing, from professionals to amateurs, and I think the turning point was I used to develop the film for someone in, I don't know if I should say it, he's in the Kaiser Chiefs, and he shot on a Rolleiflex medium format camera, and it was just, the photos were just so nice. And in the end, he told me that one of his Rolleiflexes had broken, and he bought the same thing again, and he got it fixed, and he said, "Do you want to buy it?" So I bought it off him, and that was it. That was, when I bought that camera, I was like, this is it, this is what I want to shoot on, and that's become my camera to use. I don't think looking at other people's photography developed my style. I think it was interesting to look at it, but it wasn't, my style didn't come from other people. It was just something that developed organically. I know that sounds really cliche, but I learned to see through different formats of photography. So when I look at a scene that I want to photograph now, I would invariably see it in square, medium format, and that's how I'm framing it in my mind, and that's how, when I want to take that photo, it will look like that, because that's how I framed it in my mind. And I think deciding which camera for me is the best camera has helped me define my style. So in a way, it's the medium itself that's defined it. The hit rate for film is a lot higher, because there's this whole cliche about film that you have to slow down and think about every photo, and it costs you a lot per photo that you don't think about with digital. And I would generally just say that's a cliche. I mean, yeah, it slows you down, but I think it's the medium itself. It's quite contemplative, and I would see a scene like you would see a scene with digital that you want to take a photograph of, but then I would weigh up, I've got 12 shots or 2 shots, and do I need that? Is that my vision, as it were? And then you get a higher hit rate because you're sort of weeding out these photos that you don't need to take, and you're sort of waiting for that one that's right. And I think just because of the limiting nature of film, you make better photos because you're mentally censoring yourself from taking crap. This whole, if I shoot film, if I shoot digital for going on holiday or anything like that, I generally don't do anything. I'll take the photos, and then they'll just sit on my computer. I take photos on my phone, I automatically upload them to Dropbox, and they're just there. I have no real connection with that photo. But with film, there's this whole idea of contemplating which photos you are going to take and which ones are important to you, and then printing those, and then you have this sort of hand to paper connection with it, that it just means a little bit more. You just have a bit more of a connection with it that you don't get with digital. And I still have prints that I've hand printed. My mother-in-law has a print, one of the first prints that I printed at college of Leanne, my partner. That's still in her living room. And I look at that and think, I actually remember doing that, and cutting out a little vignette for it. I think my whole approach to photography is, despite considering everything, and I do just use what's to hand, and I'm developing it in the wrong tank as well. But for me, as long as I get a photo at the end of it, it's good. I don't think you need to shoot film to be a photographer or a videographer or a filmmaker. There's nothing about it that if you haven't shot it, you're not a creative person. Shooting it is an experience. For me, it gives me a lot of connection with what I do, but I don't think you have to shoot it. I think there is this idea of if you don't shoot film, you're not a photographer, but I don't think that's true.